You know, when we talk about our hobbies, one of the simplest but most powerful phrases is be interested in. Like when someone asks what you enjoy, you can say, I'm really interested in painting. It shows genuine curiosity and gives your answer a personal touch. Another gentle and friendly expression is be fond of. For example, I'm quite fond of hiking. It sounds warm, positive, and perfect for describing activities that give you comfort and joy. If you want to sound a little more enthusiastic, try be keen on. You might say, I'm keen on learning new instruments. This phrase adds a bit of excitement and shows you enjoy trying new things. Now, when you want to talk about how much time you dedicate to something, use spend time on or spend time doing. For instance, I spend a lot of time on photography. Or, I spend my weekends doing yoga. These phrases help you give detail and depth. And of course, we all have things we're good at and things we struggle with, right? So phrases like good at or bad at make your answers feel honest. I'm fairly good at drawing is simple and natural. If you like group activities, the phrase take part in is perfect. For example, I often take part in community sports events. It shows teamwork and engagement, qualities that sound great in IELTS responses. A slightly more formal way to say the same thing is participate in. For example, many teenagers participate in online gaming tournaments. This works beautifully in Part 3 discussions. For a more academic tone, especially when describing hobbies in depth, you can say engage in. Like, in my free time, I engage in creative writing. It sounds thoughtful and mature. Now, if your hobby is something simple, like walking or running, use go for. I usually go for a long walk in the evening. It's very natural and fits everyday routines. On the other hand, if your activity feels like an adventure or trip, use go on. I sometimes go on cycling trips with friends. Great for showing a sense of fun and motion. Of course, some hobbies involve going to places, so go to is super flexible. I love going to art galleries on weekends. It's an easy way to express cultural interests. Another useful phrase is be involved in. This suggests commitment. For example, I'm involved in a local dance club. It makes you sound active and responsible. If you're truly passionate about something, don't be shy to say, have a passion for. I have a passion for playing the guitar. It sounds deep, meaningful, and expressive. For more casual conversations, you can also say, be into. I'm totally into watching documentaries. It's friendly and modern, perfect for a natural speaking style. And when you start a new hobby, use take up. Recently, I took up painting. It shows personal growth and adds an interesting storyline to your answer. If you're extremely enthusiastic, try be crazy about. For example, I'm crazy about mountain biking. It brings energy to your speaking. Now, here's a phrase to use carefully. Be addicted to. It sounds negative, but works for topics like social media or gaming. Some people are addicted to video games. Useful in Part 3. When talking about stress relief, a great phrase is rely on. Like, I rely on music to relax after a long day. Very relatable and expressive. Then we have look forward to. It expresses excitement for future plans. I always look forward to meeting my friends on weekends. This adds a warm, positive vibe. And lastly, if you enjoy group activities, you can say join in. I like to join in group activities at the gym. It shows sociability and confidence. And that's it for today's episode. These phrases are simple but incredibly powerful for describing your hobbies and free time in a natural, fluent way. Use them in your IELTS speaking test, and you'll sound confident, expressive, and ready for a higher band score.
You know, one of the most important parts of talking about your free time is being able to describe how you relax. So let's start with a simple but powerful word, unwind. You can say, I usually unwind by listening to calm music. It sounds natural and shows the examiner you can express your emotions clearly. Another casual phrase you can use is chill out. It's friendly and modern. On weekends, I just chill out at home with a movie. This is exactly how native speakers talk. And of course, after a long week, we all need to recharge. You might say, traveling to quiet places really helps me recharge. This phrase is great for showing balance and self-care. Now, let's move into more expressive vocabulary. When you say you love exploring new experiences, use the word explore. I love exploring new cafes in my city. Simple, but it paints a clearer picture. A stronger expression is indulge in, perfect when you enjoy something deeply. Sometimes I indulge in reading fantasy novels for hours. It sounds rich and expressive. And here's a fun one. Get into. This is great when you start liking something new. Recently, I've really got into photography. Very natural and great for storytelling. If you want to express stronger emotions, you can say you're obsessed with something. I'm obsessed with learning new languages. Just be careful not to sound too extreme in formal settings. For a more positive, dedicated tone, use be devoted to. She is devoted to practicing piano every day. It sounds disciplined and committed. Now, when talking about relaxation, a casual phrase is kick back. After work, I just kick back and listen to podcasts. It's friendly and fits perfectly in a natural conversation. If you love certain activities, you can simply say you're a big fan of them. I'm a big fan of outdoor activities like hiking. This makes your answer relatable and easy to follow. Now, let's talk about growth. The phrase broaden my horizons is perfect when discussing learning or travel. Traveling abroad really broadened my horizons. Examiners love hearing this kind of vocabulary. Another useful phrase is boost my mood. Cooking new dishes always boosts my mood. It helps you describe emotions in a simple way. And sometimes hobbies help us escape from routine. Cycling helps me escape from my routine. This shows that you can speak about lifestyle and mental health clearly. We also have stay mentally refreshed. Great for talking about emotional well-being. Meditation helps me stay mentally refreshed. If you want to talk about balance, try maintain work-life balance. Having hobbies helps me maintain a healthy work-life balance. This kind of expression shows maturity and clear thinking. Some hobbies also satisfy my curiosity. Watching documentaries satisfies my curiosity about the world. This is excellent for explaining why you enjoy certain activities. And, of course, hobbies are a great way to socialize with people. I like to socialize with my friends on weekends. They also help you challenge yourself, as in, I try new sports to challenge myself. This adds a confident, driven quality to your answer. Leisure time is also the perfect chance to develop new skills. Hobbies are a great way to develop new skills. Simple, effective, and relevant. And finally, a classic. Get some fresh air. In the evening, I go for a walk to get some fresh air. It's a calm, refreshing way to end your answer.
You know, at the end of a long day, most of us need a moment to wind down. Maybe you listen to music, maybe you read a book, whatever helps you loosen up a bit. For me, I love to immerse myself in something calming, like a good audiobook or a warm cup of tea. That feeling of getting fully absorbed in something is so relaxing. Some hobbies feel naturally attractive, and that's where you can say you're drawn to them. Maybe you're drawn to cooking, maybe photography. Everyone has that one thing that pulls them in. And when something makes you genuinely happy, you can say that it lifts your spirits. For example, spending time with friends always lifts my spirits, no matter how stressful the week has been. Sometimes a hobby becomes so engaging that you're simply captivated by it. Whether it's sketching, dancing, or even learning a language, there's something beautiful about feeling completely inspired. We all have activities we find comfort in. For many people, it's watching old movies or revisiting nostalgic songs. It's those simple things that bring a kind of warmth to your day. When life gets overwhelming, one of the healthiest things you can do is disconnect from everything. No phone, No notifications, no pressure. Just a moment for yourself. Some activities really stimulate your mind. Puzzles, games, reading, anything that keeps your brain active and engaged. And then there's that one hobby that just feels perfect for you. You can call it my go-to activity. For some people, it's journaling. For others, it's a late-night walk. There are also times when you get lost in what you're doing. Maybe you start drawing for 10 minutes and suddenly an hour has passed. That's when you know you really love it. One of the best feelings is when your hobby gives you a sense of accomplishment, like finishing a book, completing a sketch, or learning a new recipe. It doesn't have to be big, just rewarding. Sometimes you need to clear your head, especially when you've been thinking too much. A short walk or a quiet moment can help more than people realize. Doing something fun also helps break the monotony, especially when your routine feels repetitive. Everyone needs to get some me time, a little personal space to relax and reset. Creative hobbies often spark my creativity, like journaling, taking photos, or even coloring. They bring a fresh burst of inspiration. Some activities simply help you relieve stress, and that's reason enough to enjoy them. Other times, you just want something to pass the time, like listening to music on the bus or scrolling through photos. Little things can also brighten your day, like a quick chat with a friend or a cup of your favorite drink. Sometimes, the best part about leisure time is being able to slow down the pace of life. No rush, no pressure, just breathing and enjoying the moment. And finally, one of the most peaceful ways to relax is to connect with nature. Whether it's walking in a park, hiking, or just sitting under a tree, nature has a special way of calming the mind. So, that's our new set of vocabulary for today. Try using these phrases when you talk about your hobbies and free time. They make your answers richer, more emotional, and much more natural. The more you practice them, the more effortless they'll become. Thanks for joining me in this episode. Take care, enjoy a moment to yourself today, and I'll see you in the next one.